Hey, what's up guys, Auto Fanatics. So today's video, I'm going to show you guys step by step on how to replace the battery on an Alfa Romeo Stelvio. Now, reason why we're doing this, the car recently went in for service. We were having some issues where the alarm, not only does the alarm go off at night, but it was also saying service alarm. And if you go under the hood, I'll play this. You hear that buzzing sound? It's like some weird module seems to be, I don't know, like energized or powering up. But all we know is there is a low voltage issue on the battery. So when you go to push the start button on the steering wheel, it hesitates to start a little bit, and also you'll see the battery indicator on the instrument cluster light up, and then it'll fire up. So the dealership charged the battery, and they gave us a quote. This is why I'm doing this video. They gave us a quote for about $500 for a new subpar Alfa Romeo battery and 2+ hours of labor, which is absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to show you could do this with very common hand tools in 10 minutes or less by yourself. On the Stelvio, your battery is over there. So I'm going to set this all up. I'm going to remove everything out of the car. We're going to get the spare tire out, and I'm going to show you how very easy this is to do. Now, I also have an extra set of hands today, just because the battery is pretty heavy, and I'm also filming the video. So before we go any further, let me go over to the workbench. I'm going to show you the battery that we're going to put in the car. I'm going to show you the hand tools and a couple of options on how anybody could safely and easily do this yourself. Don't get ripped off by a dealer to pay $500. Another situation too, they're not warranting batteries anymore. Now, my 18 QV had the battery replaced, I think, 2 or 3 times under warranty. Apparently, it's they call it like a goodwill warranty, that they're doing it on some cars, but they're not doing it on others. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. They're saying it's because the battery is from a outside vendor and they can't warranty stuff from outside vendors. I kind of get it, but I also think that some dealerships are trying to stick it to you. So I'm going to show you real quick. Get yourself a better battery like I did. Take 10 minutes out of your day, install it, and you're not gonna have any problems. All right, guys, so we're over on my workbench. So this is the battery we're gonna be putting in the Stelvio today. This is an Interstate MTX-49/H8. Now, when you go on the Interstate website, they're trying to recommend the smaller one, which is the H7, but this one I think is the better battery. This is also the same battery that you'll get in like a G63 AMG. This one has 900 cold cranking amps. Very, very simple to install. Also has a 36-month free replacement warranty. So why would you want to go and pay all that money for an Alfa Romeo subpar battery and you're not even going to get the warranty on it? So let me just show you what we got on the table. So I have my Milwaukee M12 3/8 ratchet. You can use this if you want, if you have one. You don't need it. We have a long extension, 10mm socket on the end, 3/8 drive. I have a 1/4 inch 10mm on here. This is in case I have to get to the battery terminals. And I also have a 10mm gear wrench, same situation. So every car is a little bit different. When I change batteries, I try to usually pull a bunch of the 8s or the 10s out. And we have a Phillips head screwdriver, because on the positive side, there's a bus section where all the terminals go in, and you have to kind of unscrew that and kind of separate it with a little flathead screwdriver. I have a flashlight just so I could kind of show you guys where the bracket is mounted that locks down to the end of the battery. Magnetic tray for the hardware, and over here you're going to see a laptop. So I have a Windows laptop and I have Multiscan. Multiscan is an Alfa Romeo diagnostic tool. Now, we may or may not need this to clear out codes, so I'm just FYI, if you don't have Multiscan, you could go online with a Windows PC and download it. It's like really, really inexpensive, and it kind of helps you clear out codes. But for the most part, this should be very simple to just unplug the battery like you're unplugging the negative. The codes are going to pop up when you first fire it up, and then as soon as you drive down the road, everything's just going to go out and everything's going to be fine. That's what we're hoping. But if anything goes wrong, I'll tell you guys in the video, and then we'll just plug in the Multiscan and we'll kind of go through the prompts with the different plugs here. So we're going to go over to the car right now. We're going to get the spare tire pulled out. I'm going to show you how quick and simple this is. It's not going to cost you $500. It'll probably cost you $200 for the battery if you want to go with this kind of a battery. But do it yourself. Don't pay the dealer. Don't overpay for it. So I'm going to show you quick and easy, a quick DIY. And I'm also going to do a video on the Giulia as well, so stay tuned to the channel for that and subscribe. And I'm also going to be doing a brake fluid flush and a bleed on the Stelvio and the Giulia Quadrifoglio without going to the dealer. So let's get over to the car right now and get started. All right, guys, so we're over at the rear hatch of the Stelvio. First thing you're going to want to do is you're going to lift this up and remove the interior carpeted panel. Just set that to the side. Now, our car has the Space Saver Spare as part of an option. Now, if you guys don't have this, you're probably going to have a little compartment here with all this other crap thrown in there. So it's going to probably look a little bit differently. So you're just going to unscrew this. So on the cars with the spare, you're going to have a bracket that has to be removed versus the cars that don't have the spare tire. So you're just going to take that, set that to the side. We're going to just pull this up and out. Okay, so you can see this is where the battery's located. This is the bracket that's got to be removed. All 10mm bolts, very, very simple to do. And we're going to get started right now. I'm going to try to move the camera around so you guys can get a little bit of a better view. All right, guys, so the first thing we got to do is remove this bracket. This is what it was, the spare tire was captive in. And like I said, I'm using the M12 just because I have it, but you could do this with a conventional ratchet. And then I have my magnetic little tray in the back so I don't drop anything and lose it. Okay, set that to the side. Put that there. Bracket's removed. We're going to set that outside the car. Now, I'm going to remove the negative terminal right here. You can see it's grounded right to the floor. There's a vent line. This one actually was already removed, I guess maybe from the dealership charging the battery. I don't know, but you want to remove the vent line as well. There's a little plug here. You're going to want to remove that. Put that to the side. Now we're going to get this terminal off. Okay, we're just going to... I'm just using the 1/4-inch drive 10mm. You can see we're already loose enough. So there's your negative terminal. We're going to just place this over here. Now the positive terminal, you got two little tabs here. You want to get this little plastic cover off. Now down here, I'm going to try to get the camera and show you guys. Where's the, right down here, can you see that? Can I get the flashlight? So right down there, that's a 10mm, and there's the bracket. It's hard to see, hard to zoom in, right there. That's what's holding the battery in place from bouncing around. When you drive, it locks right into the molded tabs on the case. So we're gonna take that off as well. All right, guys, we're back. So this is the little tab we're gonna have to remove because this thing is like, these two Phillips head screws hold this plastic bus to the battery itself. So we're just gonna remove these two screws here. It's a standard Phillips head screwdriver is all you're gonna need. Now, conventionally, if you didn't have this bus, it would just be the positive and the negative terminal. But newer cars with all the computers, this is just the way it gets done. Okay, we're gonna take that little clip and put that back in there. Now we gotta go and take this guy off. Okay, you can see how the whole bus assembly is going to come off in one whole unit, just like that. So we're going to kind of keep this over here, and then I'm going to remove the bracket that's down below. Okay, let me just show that to you as well. So you can see it's just a little steel bracket that anchors onto the end of the battery with a 10mm screw. We're going to put that over here. Now, with an extra set of hands, we're going to get this battery lifted up and out of the way. Lift straight up. Battery's pretty heavy. All right, so we just lifted up the battery. Here's your empty compartment. We're going to go grab the Interstate. We're going to plop it right in and bolt everything back together. All right, we're back. We got the Interstate battery. We're going to drop it straight down as such. Okay, so next step, I'm just going to take that bracket that we took off, this guy. We're going to anchor the battery so it doesn't go anywhere, of course. And then we're going to do all the connections. Okay. So it's really an easy job. And like I said, I don't know why the dealership quoted 2 hours of labor to do this. It beats the hell out of me. Okay, that's done. Battery's nice and secure. Okay, now we're going to grab, this thing has to come off. Make sure, sometimes there's plastic, these guys. See these right here? Just got to pop those little guys off. Throw those in the trash. Now you can see here, there's the two holes. That's exactly where those Phillips screws are going to go. Okay, just like that. We're just going to get it lined up in a position. So this is a total painless DIY, and hopefully if anybody out there is having electrical problems with your Giulia or your Stelvio 2017 and beyond, I suggest you just take the time, if you're fed up, you know, with your dealerships like I pretty much am, just do it yourself. And this video should be able to guide people. I mean, like, you know, I did a video months ago on the rear wiper replacement, and I can't even tell you how many owners of these things emailed me and thanked me for helping them, you know, with something so simple as that. Okay. Okay. So you want to snug it up. Don't kill it. Remember the little plug that goes over here? Make sure you plug that in. Now we're going to get the 2 Phillips screws. First, got to put this guy in. Okay, just like that. And I definitely recommend doing this Phillips screws by hand. Don't use a power tool. You're probably going to break something because of the torque on most cordless screwdrivers. Okay, there we go. We're at the home stretch. Okay, done. Now, don't know what this came from. Could be when the dealership worked on it, so we're going to toss that in the garbage. Make sure everything is tight. Just give it a quick snug. This one looks like maybe the terminal could go a little lower. Let's see. Just a little bit. So you may want to adjust the terminals depending on if they're too far up. Okay. We got to get the bracket that we took out. And then that's it. We're all connected. Double check your connections. Make sure nothing's loose. Make sure everything's plugged in. Pop on your negative terminal very easily like this. It's just going to click right in. We got your bracket. So for anybody that's got the spare tire kit, this is going to apply to. If you don't have the spare tire kit, it's just one less thing that you need to remove. Things can be a little bit of a hassle. So that's it. We're in. We're done. We're going to get the spare tire put back in. Okay. That's it. And I tell you, when we got the Stelvio, this was the only one in this spec in the country that had the spare tire kit. And I think just living in New York, we actually used it a couple of times because the roads are so bad. Take the carbon panel, drop it into place, and we're all done. All right, guys, before we fire it up, I just wanted to show you this is the original battery from Alfa Romeo. It's made by Varta by Johnson Industries. Now, I looked at the casing. It is dated 2018. So this battery is 4 years old. So if the Interstate's got a 36-month warranty, this battery has even exceeded any of that warranty. I think they only give you 1 year on these now at the dealer on any new cars. So just wanted to show you this, what it's at. So we're going to drop this off at recycling. They're going to recycle the battery. And this should cure all the problems. We're going to go fire up the car now, and that'll be the moment of truth. All right, guys, so we're in the car. We're going to put the foot on the brake. We're going to fire it up. Seat moved into position. And, of course, yeah, you see all of these codes pop up whenever you disconnect the negative. So all we're going to do is take the car down the block. I usually turn it on and off about 2 to 3 cycles, and everything else is clear, and I'll show you guys in a couple of moments. All right, guys, so all I had to do is literally drive the car probably 200 feet. I turned it on and off, and all the codes went off. So we don't need the multi-scan, thank God. Now, as far as the 2020 to 2022, I can't really comment on that. I have not replaced the battery. You may need a diagnostic tool to do that one, or maybe you don't. It's pretty basic stuff. The only thing you're going to notice is like your fuel gauge is going to take time to register, your TPMS, also your power settings, like for your tailgate and your windows and stuff like that, you have to just go and reset them because you disconnected the battery. But other than that, it's super straightforward. You saw the video. It's a 10-minute process. Definitely helps if you have an extra set of hands to get the battery out from inside the cavity. If you don't want to do it yourself, an extra set of hands will help. Do it yourself. Don't pay over $500 to do it. I hope this video helped somebody out there. Stay tuned to the Auto Fanatic channel. There's going to be more content on the Alfa Romeo servicing. Next video up regarding servicing is going to be brake bleeding and brake flushing, which is very important on these cars with the intelligent braking system, and also annual changes. They recommend, I think, every 2 years. So now we're going on over 3 years on both of our cars, and we're going to do a brake bleed and flush. Very, very simple with common hand tools and a device that I've showed on the channel before. So please subscribe to the channel, stay tuned for more content, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video soon. Thanks, guys.